You don't even like carrots.
Oh, shuck it, duck it. I done went and hit the wrong thing first. And now we are live a little few seconds early. Good
It's okay.
evening, everybody.
Hey,
Good
everybody.
evening. Good evening.
How y'all doing tonight?
Shoot. Well, we alive.
Y'all alive? That's it?
We are alive.
That's it?
Y'all, I
We
got a
got a
story.
lot to talk about today. I don't know where the other hosts are, but it seems like they've gotten lost. And the main person who wanted to make the agenda for the night and telling everybody to be on time ain't even here. So did he get caught in traffic?
Black
Or
people.
did traffic catch him up? You know, I'm trying to figure that out. You gonna tell everybody to make sure you're here on time so that we can start on time and everything. And so you do know, and
Let me say,
huh?
well, that means that we got a quick time for a quick story on Walmart. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me at Walmart the other day.
Okay, go ahead and tell us. I'm sure Jamar is with his law degree that he can tell you what you need to do. We need to start practicing law undercover or something, and have Jamar be our backdoor lawyer.
Elimination of that is gonna go to Walmart.
So as I was walking into Walmart on Monday,
Did she freeze?
Yeah, that's where
Did she get a computer from Walmart?
hold up. Okay. I was logging into the VPN. Y'all can see me and everything.
Yeah, we got you now. We thought you got the computer from Walmart too. We for tell you take that shit back.
No. So I'm walking into Walmart. Hey, who's that, Tanya? I'm walking into Walmart, and no sooner than I walk into Walmart, I pass the first mat that they had on the floor, but the second mat tripped me up. And by trip me up, I mean I literally tripped and fell on my face across the threshold of Walmart. Okay. And I hit my shoulder, I hit the side of my face, and as I was trying to get myself up, because even though there was a greeter right there and people walking in behind me, nobody stopped or anything to try to help me at all. So when I get up, as I'm getting up, I'm trying to pick up my credit card because I dropped that out my hand and everything. I'm feeling dazed and dizzy because I hit my head actually. And I'm telling the greeter, I said, "Hey, can you call a manager? Because I think that I need some help." So he tells me, his name was Michael. So Michael tells me, he grabs the mop and he says, "Well, you can go to customer service. I'm a little bit busy." So what he was busy doing was putting the mat back down the way it probably should have been in the first place. So and mopping the floor. But he, his first, I thought that his first reaction should have been, "Are you okay? You know, do you need help? Can I get you a seat?" Anything, nothing, right? So I walked down to customer service. I engaged with this woman that said that she was a manager. And she told me, she said, "Well, go back over there," pointing to where I just came from the front door, "and stand there, and I'm going to get somebody to come and help you." Well, this happened at 4:20 in the afternoon. By 4:45, nobody, I was standing, leaning up against the lottery machine. Nobody had come to see about me yet, and she finally comes over there at 20 after the time that she first talked to me, and she said, "Well, I've called three managers." And I said, "Well, I thought that you were a manager." She said, "Well, it's special managers that have to write this up." So she said, "I've called three of them, and one said that they're on their way in just a few minutes." So I'm still standing up. She has not yet said, and I told her, I said, "I fell and I hit my head on the floor and my shoulders." She still hasn't said, "Do you need an ambulance? Can I get you a chair? Can I get you some water?" Nothing, So at about 5 o'clock now, I finally see this lady that I know, she's a team lead. She's about to walk out. And I told her, I said, "Listen, I don't like the way that I'm being treated. I don't know whether it's because I'm Black, I'm being treated like this, or this is how y'all treat everybody that have accidents at Walmart. But I know that protocol should not be that if somebody falls in your establishment, you then stand them up for another 45 minutes and not engage with them at all. And you don't offer them nothing. This is crazy." So she finally goes and she starts rounding up people. And out of nowhere, these managers start coming out of nowhere, which I thought the first person that I encountered was an actual manager, but no, she was just a team lead. But in this whole thing, none of them ever said, "Are you okay? Do you want us to call an ambulance for you?" None of them said this. And here it is. I literally I finally found a seat, at a little bit after 5. So you're talking about somebody that hit their head and almost 50 minutes goes by before anybody engages with them at all of significance. Walmart is tacky. That is the mainstay of this story. And it happened at the one in Richmond, Texas. So, and thank you, Julius Hall, for calling me back in 30 minutes.
I thought you was in the hospital at that time. I would have been told you to make sure that you call the ambulance yourself. If they weren't going to call it, I'd have had the ambulance there, the police there, everybody there to see about me if I was hurting. And that's what you got to do in those instances, because if they didn't come see you in that time, they really thought that you didn't matter to them. Did you make a police report?
I made it. I did make an incident report there at Walmart, and
Did
then
they give you a copy?
yeah. Then I had to take myself to the hospital. So then they did CTs and X-rays and stuff, and then they had to give me some muscle relaxers. So that's what I've been on for the last 2 days. Relaxing my muscles because my knees was hurting me up to my pelvic area, and then my shoulders and my upper back. But you know, it's just a shame how inhumane people treat you these days. So.
Yeah, well, and then you're talking Walmart. Dr. Torrey, you want to give her some advice?
It's not advice. It's just what you need to do now is get that incident report and then find out who's their carrier, and then proceed to send that information to the carrier, their liability carrier, and let them know what transpired, and along with any of your other information that you have. And if you're going for treatment right now, just say, "Hey, I'm notifying you of the claim. There's a claim that I have against you all."
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know what I've never been in this situation before, never had a traffic accident or anything. So I didn't know what to do. And I didn't have my phone on me at the time. And that's why it pissed me off that he was more concerned about grabbing a mop and fixing that mat than he was about seeing about me.
So that's what definitely need to contact them and find out who the carriers are, and then proceed with the process just like that.
Okay.
Because you have to be, just like Julia said, that in a situation like that, you make sure you take care of you, because actually, if they don't want to take care of you, that's on them. So that's why you got to make sure you take care of you.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's my week.
Well, we want to make sure that you're okay and you get back whole, and that's their thing. They got to make you whole again. And so if you don't get right, then I would say go get a lawyer, and the lawyer going to try to get 3 or 4 times more than whatever the claim is, the total claim, and then you got to make sure you seek the correct medical attention, because you want to make sure that you're okay, because see, these things will hurt you days and weeks later, and they'll prolong for years. My neck is hurting me right now. I got to watch how I sleep because of an accident 30 years ago.
Wow.
So you got to be able to get that taken care of. All right. I don't know where the rest of these guys are. I guess and especially Robert. I'm really surprised at Robert. He got an argument on the thread today, and then he don't show up. I guess
that's that female energy, boy. Anyway, let's talk about Tim Scott, because he's an embarrassment on so many levels, y'all. I don't care, Republican or Democrat. He's just an embarrassment to the Black race. And But it was one thing for him to endorse Donald Trump to me. But what did y'all think if y'all saw the clip last night when Donald Trump won, which Donald Trump act like he didn't win because he went straight mafia on Nikki Haley, you know, I mean, talking about everything from her dress to her shoe size, you know, I mean, come on, man.
Who could like a man like this? Who could like a man that acts like that? That's that. There you go with that female energy again. You know, Donald Trump is doing some real woman shit. He is.
Yeah.
You know, and who could like a man like this? What this showing you is that if you got New Hampshire and you got Iowa, even two of the whitest states in the country, but if you got those states backing a man that they know is a detriment to the country, a detriment to the world, that can really probably at some point during this administration cause World War IV, you know, and they like him. Think about it. Just think about it. What have we got here?
Yeah.
We have a whole failure to communicate. We got an uprising in the making if you don't shut it down when it's supposed to be shut down. And see, then we're going to go back to telling people where it's your fault because you don't go vote, because you don't participate. You can make people do what you want to do by the power of your vote, but you don't go participate in it. So they ain't going to do nothing because they know that you ain't coming out in but about 15 to 16% of your voting power. So they don't care anything about you because voting is what puts them there and what keeps them there. So they don't care about you because they know you're not paying attention. So
but when he said to Tim Scott, he said, she gave you your job. You must really hate her. And then he comes from behind Donald Trump and says the most boot-licking, just, oh my God, it was just disgusting. But I love you.
He said, I don't hate her, I just love you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're so disgusting, and he's just like the Herman McCain's of this world, and y'all know Herman McCain, he stood by Donald Trump until the very end, and his very end happened 1 week prior to his death when he went to that rally that Trump had unmasked, because Trump said, don't come in my place with no mask on. He didn't. He caught COVID, and now we probably celebrating his 4th anniversary in the ground. You know, I didn't feel bad for him, but hey, you know, but Tim, I mean, you're just you're a sick individual. And then to be, you almost 60 years old and you just announcing that I'm gonna get married now. When did you drag this woman? She probably gay, you gay, she gay, and y'all having a will and grace experience, you know, just for you to, because you think that you might be chosen as a running mate to be his second. He's not going to choose you, Tim. Trust me, he is not going to choose you. They going right back to Alaska and gonna get that dumb white woman out of Alaska. What's her name?
Sarah Palin.
Yes.
Well,
he'll get Sarah Palin before he choose Tim Scott or that Indian guy.
Yeah,
that looked like one of the Sesame Street people.
Anybody that talks up so bad about you like that, you shouldn't want to work with them anyway. I don't know whether Donald Trump, I don't know whether he ever said anything about Tim Scott, but I would have called him Donkey Man. with those horse teats he had. But
Dum dum.
but Tim Scott is auditioning to be the vice president, and like you said, I don't think Donald Trump will pick Tim, because one thing about it, the law is not favorable to us. So if it gets hot, Tim is not going to do what Donald does, because Tim will go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
See, Tim will go to jail. Donald ain't going to jail because Donald don't give a damn, and Donald is trying. So ain't nobody gonna stand up for Tim, and we not, and the Trump supporters are not going to stand up for Tim, and Tim is not going to do anything stupid for Donald Trump. So that kills it right there for Tim. He auditioning for nothing. Donald Trump is going to get somebody who's going to do exactly what he wants him to do, and that's the only criteria that matters. You got to be able to do whatever Donald Trump wants. You can't have no fear of what the government can do to you.
Exactly. You got to be willing to go to jail, and usually you're going to be the one to go to jail, because Donald Trump has made it his purpose in life that everybody will go to jail around me. Everybody will get sued around me. Thank you. But everybody will take the fall, but I'm not taking the fall for anybody, not even my own dumb self.
Mm-hmm. Jamal, you ain't froze. What you doing? You doing a paper or something? You see your head down. You got to engage in this conversation there.
That part.
He froze.
He is not frozen.
Yeah, I know he ain't. I know he's not.
Trump is going to become president, and everybody who's down with him, he's going to pardon them. So it's all simple. Trump becomes president, all of them be pardoned. The January 6th people all be pardoned also. All of them be let go.
But Jamal, he should. He should. He should. He should. He should. So, he should pardon everybody and free everybody in prison. He should just let everybody out.
No, he can't free everybody, because some of them are illegal immigrants.
No,
some of them are black.
Some
of them are Asian. Some of them are,
everybody. Let the
poor
floodgates
Caucasians.
open.
So they're not good people. So he's not going to do that because they're not good people. But the ones who were trying to stand up for America, they all will be released. And anyone who's been down with him, so that's the thing. So they'll all be released from prison. They'll do the reverse with regards to the Nas song. When Nas is like, open up Attica and every place, and then let everybody go to Africa. Instead, they'll open up all for all of them, and they will have America again. Because make America great.
You see what he said he's going to do to that NASA girl.
Huh?
But
he's going to send the NASA girl to the moon and leave her there.
But the thing about it is that we're living in some strange times, when it's the opposite. I mean, it's almost like opposite day on SpongeBob or something, things that we never thought that we would see in our lifetime, because how is it that if you have been caught in certain situations with women, can disqualify you from, they'll ask you to step down and if you've been, certain things were never United States norms for you to be able to hold office. But this man is defying all of that by saying, hey, and he said it way back in 2014 or 2015 when he said, I can shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and they'll still support me. They're still going to support me.
Why? Why? Because
tell me.
because he'll be running as a Republican, and two, Republicans are dumb as hell when it comes to that. All they care about is what their taxes look like. Republicans don't care about nothing else. And then the other ones, those are the rich white people that support Donald Trump. Then the broke white people that support Donald Trump is the broke white people that support Donald Trump are just racist.
Well, no, because you have a lot of idiot black men. It's not black women, because we're smart enough to know the shade game. But over here in Texas, I know some people personally that, and they're just as black as you and me, that say, oh yeah, I'd vote for Trump. The Republicans ain't doing nothing for us. I'd vote for Trump. No, I can say no. The Republicans have not stood by what they hadn't done everything that they could have done, but black people hadn't gone to them like the Jewish people have with their agendas either. So if you don't hold somebody, if you don't give somebody directions and then hold them to a standard, what can you expect? But that guy that is the head of the I think it's the car union, the International Car Union, he said it best today when he said Donald Trump is rich, and that is who he works for. Rich people. If you think that he's going to be working for the regular middle class or lower class working people, you are out of your mind. And that is the truth. Now, if you just happen to get something, all of us get lucky sometimes, but the majority of the things that he passed and everything, it's not for just regular working people. It's so that that rich white people can, or rich people period, can hide their money more secured. So if you're not making over $300,000 a year, you need to do something different.
Jamal, what are you doing?
I'm sitting right here.
Okay.
We're not going to have a long show. Finally, we're not going to have a long show.
No, we'll be short tonight. We're going to be about 1 hour. James said,
we coming up on the hour. We're coming up on the hour.
James said they have an allegiance to Donald Trump, and no one is going to make them change their mind. Absolutely no one. You're absolutely correct. It is terrible that we're in that position. But if people don't wake up and understand what is going on and what the consequences are, we're going to be in trouble. And I mean, I'm talking about when you want to see stuff start failing, and the economy going in the opposite direction. It's going to be some stuff that happened that we're not going to be ready for. And then people don't see it because they're not paying attention right now, so they don't see it. But we got to be able to counter whatever they're doing right now. We got to be able to counter what Donald Trump is doing. And the only way to do that is that everybody got to go out and vote. Everybody got to become engaged. Everybody got to be understanding that if you put this fool in office, if you put this idiot in office, then anything can happen. He might pardon the person that killed your whole family. You know,
Mhm.
you know, it just be tyranny all over this country, all over the world, because the United States control a whole global system. So if you want to see stuff fail, then sit back home and think that it's raining and you ain't going to vote. Sit home and think that it's too cold for you to go vote, or the line too long that you don't want to go vote. And then let Donald Trump get in there. And when that foot get on your neck, then ain't nothing you can say because the foot is on your neck. So people got to pay attention. Ain't nobody here. So
That's true. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We're able to have this platform called Our Black Media based on us having commercials, and we able to do that. And we are now going to go to a commercial break. Our Black Media.
That is absolutely correct. I'm glad you reminded the producer. All right, we back. And James say, can my son come on the Rabble show this year? Of course. He going to be a new host. We lack that young perspective. We want that young perspective. We want people younger to tell us how they feel about what's going on in this country. We're here giving out information, but if somebody young want to come and hang with us for these hour and a half, 2 hours, then that's good. Jamal say he's tired of having his suit on all day, and so we need to get through these subjects so that he can get up out of here. We're going to have a shorter show because we are missing a bunch of people tonight, and so we're going to just talk about these subjects and keep it moving. What's the next subject, Sandra?
It's criminal justice or injustice system, and I really wanted to, I didn't know where Robert was going with that at all. But I do want to talk about the lady that's on trial right now it's two parents. They're on trial right now. I think they're trying the lady first because their son went and shot up a school and, killed four people. And they're saying that they were the ones that gave him the gun. I think he was 17 when it happened, 16 or 17 when it happened. And do you agree with the way that they have handled that? Because we've never seen, we hadn't seen that much in America, them holding the parents accountable.
Well, I think that you should hold the parents accountable for the crazy ones. See, because their out is that something is wrong with them, that they're mentally unstable, that something that you already knew that something was wrong with. Then you ought to be checking his computer all the time. You ought to be checking behind him. You got to be checking his room to make sure he ain't stockpiling no guns and ammunition. Now, those parents should be held accountable. But sometimes you just can't hold a parent accountable because these kids are off the chain these days. These kids know just as much as the parents know. You know?
Yeah. Now, I agree with it, and I don't think that we should just stop at the ones that go and shoot up the schools, though. I think that I think it is our responsibility as parents to, first of all, know what's going on in your children's bedroom, know what they have or have access to, and know where they are. There's no reason that we have so much teen violence and teen crimes where it's 4 o'clock in the morning and teens are out committing crimes. You know, if they're out, I mean, all of us, we grew up in a time when our parents knew for sure where we were. You know, and I don't know why these new parents don't feel like they need to know where their children are. I bet you I know where Chris is. You know, and even when he's not in my house, I put Life 360 on his telephone so I have a pretty good idea of where to find him, you know. So when it comes down to them committing a crime and everything, I feel like the parents should hold some of the burden on it because they need to be more responsible.
Well, in some cases, they do hold parents responsible when there are criminal acts committed by their children. Even if they are civil acts committed by their children, that they're going to look at parents. One of the cases that's happening right now, when you have the grade schooler who shot the teacher, that they went and did look at the fact of that particular grade school student, that their parent had a role with regard to that, caused things, and they even had them with other charges, I think, with regards to even marijuana. So that comes into play. And so, Brother James Brown, to Reverend Ike, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate the compliment greatly. And Jamel, I appreciate that also from Jamel. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But there are times that you do go and hold parents are held, but sometimes we pick and choose with regards to that. So, yeah, so we need to hold folks accountable, because that way, to even as Julius indicate, you got to be involved in your children's lives. And some of us know when some of our children are a detriment to themselves, and so of course that's going to spread to other people. And so we need to help. We need to make sure people are being held accountable all around.
Yeah, and I don't even think it should just fall on the mother, who's 9 times out of 10, in the Black community, when a child is out, committing crime and stuff like that, they're either under the guardianship of the mother or the grandma, somebody like that. But I feel like if the daddy ain't dead, and if he's not locked up in prison, they should find him and hold him accountable too, because these kids don't get here through osmosis, and they shouldn't just be growing up. They need to be raised. And that's the difference between our generation and these new generations, that we were actually raised. We were raised by our parents. We were raised by our aunties, the neighborhood. Everybody raised us, But these new kids, they're just growing up. They just getting older. But nobody don't want to say anything to them. Keep them in check.
Even when you say something to them, like they think it's a badge of honor to walk up to you or anybody else smelling like weed. They just came from smoking all the weed in the world, and then they come up to you and they really think that it is an honor for you to smell the weed on them.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying, okay, well, you know, what we did when we were young, we'd have sprayed on some cologne, we'd have changed that shirt before we left out the house to go beat around anybody. They think it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
That we smell the weed on them.
Mm-hmm. And
I ain't never seen weed so prevalent in my life.
I mean, just in people in places where it's not legal, you know, I've never seen it so prevalent, you know, never seen it just being so prevalently, you know, just exposed about. Then in places where it's still not legal. It's still not legal in Georgia. It's still not legal in Texas. You know, you get caught, and depending on what type of police officer you have, you're going to jail. You know, and I know that I think that Van changed the laws down there in Savannah to make it to where they just get tickets down there. But that's not how it is here. You know, so it is the discretion of the police officer, but you know, black kids don't get that type of grace. So, but that was the topic on the justice and the unjust system. Let's see what else he had up here.
Economic
prosperity in America. Y'all still believe in the American dream?
Well, sometimes right now they're having us believe that we're living the American dream. You have to live your dream as best as you can make it. Live your dream.
Yeah.
Tell her she's live on.
You're live, Miss Les. That's what he wants you to know that.
But you know, Jamal's living the American dream. See how he dressed right there?
Mm-hmm.
He's sporty.
Yeah.
He's sharp. He's sharp. You
I
living
mean,
the American dream. You AKA got all your pink and green on.
But really, are corporate people really living the American dream? Or are we just like all of the people in Atlanta faking it? Because Atlanta that's where the fakest people are, you know, wanting people to think that they are living, but they're not. I mean, half of them staying up half the night, you know, because they can't get a good night's sleep. Because of the fact that they're not living the American dream. And I think for a lot of us, why you always bring him in before he's ready?
Because I'm letting Ms. Brown know that it is right. She's checking it for him.
Oh.
That's why.
But yeah, you I mean, I think that the American dream has, you know, when the average person can't buy a house these days until they're in their late 40s. If you're African American, the studies have already shown that until you're in your late 40s, that's when you can probably afford to buy a house. So
Charlie Brown is living the American dream. See him there?
Understand. We have only 15 more minutes. We have only 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. And if we finish sooner, we finish sooner. We have only 15 more minutes.
It's Bernard. Where Bernard at?
Well, can I say first?
Technically, I really ain't got but 9 more minutes technically, because I'm going by the time on here, not the time on that live. But I'm like, but I was gonna be generous with regards to that.
I'm totally impressed. I'm impressed with you. I'm impressed with son. I'm very happy. All I want to say, as always, hello, boys and ladies. I hope y'all are doing wonderful tonight. Evidently, your attitude and spirit is in good taste. I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on this wonderful platform to share some of the content. You like air, you got to go. And she is like a reporter. She want to know why you letting me in now. Gee,
well, I'll share this with the air. The air was already here when they were told that everyone should be here at a certain time. So the air was right here. The air was right here.
I understand, but how can you talk about punctuality?
But right.
How can you talk about punctuality? You should be the last person in the world to talk about that. Last person.
No,
he never was on those corners on time. When you was delivering that water on the corner, he was always over there hiding behind the fence, Charlie.
I know he was. You didn't have to tell me.
And how dare you insult me like that, Charlie Brown? How dare you insult me like that? Must I go to my phone and show everyone? Must I?
Okay. I tell you what. That was just a sense of humor. That's all, okay? You can't have fun in this world. Why have anything?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
That's a good one there, Charlie.
What?
I
might be wasn't thinking. That's a fine young man right there. You do the best you can because you got so much things going on at one time. The irons in the fire here and there, okay? I understand that.
Because Charlie Brown is the one who created the Buck Box.
That's
Buck
correct.
Box was created by Charlie Brown.
I did
Not
do
by
that.
someone else who y'all think about. Y'all talk about him all the time, but actually the Buck Box was created by Charlie Brown.
That's correct.
Charlie Brown created the Buck Box.
The first in Savannah, Georgia, period, with a dot behind it, and others saw the volume I had. People line up for almost a block or 2 blocks long, and they wanted to know where in the world, what's going on, what is he doing? And others saw it, and again, imitation, when someone copy you, that's the greatest form of flattery. So, nothing I could do about it.
And that goes to economic prosperity. And so the American dream, I'm going to say this, Charlie Brown has helped people, and Mrs. Brown helped people fulfill the American dream. The American dream is real. It's just that there's a struggle with it that, again, some people's dreams are easier for them to fulfill, but others, the dream is still harsh and that's why we got to fight and do what we got to do to make sure that generations after us will not have to go through that same experience.
Right. And I think what's interesting about this conversation, I know I came in, I was in discipleship, but I want to share this. I think what's happening, it is a form of slavery, still economic, holding you back. Every time we step forward 2 or 3 steps, the system change and make it a lot difficult. Like she was saying, for a person to get a home or that 20% down payment or whatever, they have to be almost 35 to 40 years old. It's the real difficult. They change the playing field each and every time. Again, I know we're not necessarily talking about Donald Trump, but you can use him as an example. Look at all the stuff he do and say and all, and yet a large percentage of people buy it. Even people who look like you and I, they buy the rhetoric. So you're absolutely right. They change the playing field. Every time we get ready to bat the ball, they'll say, now we're going to throw curves. Now we're going to throw sliders. But we threw fastball all along. And she's absolutely right about that. And it's sad, so sad, that a person got to be almost 50 before they equity in it. And she's a perfect example. She just bought a house. I'm happy for her. It's just that difficult. The banks say we are in business to loan money, but they don't want to give you no real money.
Mm-mm.
So
Nope.
I don't know exactly what all we was on, but I just came in on that. And I didn't realize my distinguished colleague friend was in the corner here with us still. I was tickled pink to see him tonight. My chest hurt. My
Still waiting on you to honor his ticket and to bring him water on that phone.
All I'm going to say, being on this show remind me of the Chariot of Fire. That's what it reminded me of. That's all I want to say. You ever heard of the Chariot of Fire? That's what it reminded me of. All right, what subject we on next, gentlemen and ladies?
What was the next
That was
subject?
the last subject. Outside of Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the last subject.
Oh, I was that late. It done show done been on. How long the show was on tonight? An hour?
Yeah, we're gonna do an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. We're gonna be out of here pretty soon. We got to cover the
Is that gonna be the new format? An hour?
No. Everybody was late. Everybody's got things to do. The agenda was set by Robert, and he didn't show up. I think he got caught in traffic. So.
And Mr. Hall, once I pulled the phone out on you, everyone was not late. Once I pulled the phone out.
I didn't say everyone. It was 3 of us when it's 8 of us. And the other 5 people were not here. And Charlie was doing discipleship so that he could be a better person and won't talk to me and you the way he talked to us. So in a couple of months.
You're absolutely right, Julius.
In a couple of months, we can say anything to him, Jamal, and he will say, God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I will not allow you to talk about Charlie Brown like that, Julius Hall. I will not, because you constantly come after him, but I will not allow you to do that. I can't allow you to do that to Charles Brown.
What I need from you, Jamal, is a copy of what you got. I need a copy of that. That way I keep him in check.
No, but Julius, why you want a copy? Because he said my personality changed real quick.
Right.
Because I normally don't change that quick.
Right.
No, but I discovered Jamal is a wonderful guy. The man is due diligent. He work hard, and I don't see how one can ever insult him. And sometimes I question Bernard when Bernard be attacking this man. This man have done more for this community than anyone that I can think about. And I know I've done a lot, but there's no comparison to lives he touched.
I'm not seriously. What's so funny, I had a meeting with someone yesterday who looks at the Rabble, looks at the shows, and she said something. She said, hey, I told somebody that you coming at him like that, but you don't know the stuff that he's done. And so I'm looking at him like, oh, okay. So she said, I'm like, okay, cool. But then, we got a lot we got to do.
We're going to let the world know exactly not only what you're doing, but educate the world to what the Rabble is all about, what we have a difference of opinion. But at the end of the day, we got one vehicle. We all trying to improve economic and make individuals understand if you're going to be in the game, you got to know how it's played. And I know y'all have heard this 1,000 times. The mind is like a parachute. It only works when it opens. Keep what you need and let the rest go. But you got to first open your mind and hear it. And you don't have to keep garbage. Just let it go, but hear it.
Well, I think that Julius needs to pass a rule that says that we can no longer talk offline with one another, because, some people get butt hurt. I mean, you wait until you get online and then you show out, but some people get butt hurt and then they just don't show up. And I don't feel like it's fair to the people, it's just not fair. So, Julius, get your people in order.
Yeah, we have a
funny. You talking about some of that chat y'all have going on offline?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be real interesting
it was really interesting. What's up, Jamal?
I was going to say this to Dr. Chandra McKeithen. I was going to share, and she said something that I was going to send to the group. I was going to say, take me out of it, create another one, take me out of it. I don't want to be a part of it, because if you are discussing some of this right here, and then when you say we are going to have this on the show, I think you have to be responsible enough that if you put it out there with regards to this, and again, the audience, not to say that I'm not trying to bash anyone, and I want the audience to take that, but I'm like saying, if you put it out there and you said this is what we want to have, we want to do this, then that's what you're supposed to do, especially if you're on one of the shows. You put it out there, it becomes your responsibility. Because it's like I tell people like this: if you come to me about something that you have a vision for and you want to do it, I tell folks, check this out. It's not my responsibility to carry your vision. If you want me to assist you along with your vision, I will assist you with the vision. But I have been in situations where people have come to me with their vision, and then guess what? They dissipate. They are gone. And so I'm standing there like, I'm not, all my energy, all my time has been not tied up into their vision. And I'm like saying, that wasn't my vision. So with that, that's why I was going to send a message out and say, hey, look, take me out. I don't want to see anything. So whenever when Julius emails the Rabble, the agenda for the Rabble out, bam, then I know what the agenda is. I don't have to have no other conversation, anything like that. But again, if you say, hey, this is what we want to do, that's what it's about. It's just like anyone on any other shows that did the same thing. If you say, hey, this is a show with several hosts, you now want to have this topic discussed, guess what? Don't leave it with me to be the one to discuss the topic when you are the ones coming up with it. And that is, I'm going to say, that is a degree of responsibility, because I'm going to say this now as a member of the audience. That's what I'm saying, as a member of the audience, because I'm relying on you to follow through on the things that you're saying. That's why I'm expecting you to do that as a member of the audience, because I'm expecting you to give me information that I need. And I may not agree with you all with regards to that, but I'll expect you to give me information. And so that means that it's a degree of responsibility for you to say that I'm going to be a host or a co-host or be a part of this right here, because so many other people do it just merely for ego. And I don't think a lot of us are here because of ego.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a good point. Julie, can I interject just now? You say something interesting. I'm here to not only have fun, but to give as much information as possible to help the viewing audience who look at our show, to inform them, not only local, but regional, if I have enough information. That's what it's about with me. And that's why I always use the term, about the mind. And when people fail for two reasons, lack of information and lack of knowledge. Like the day I was talking to a medical doctor, and he shared something with me about how much money he spent on a big pot of black beans and how long it cooked and the rice he cooked. He said it only cost him basically $2.95. And I looked at him and I said, "You're absolutely wrong." He said, "No, that's what I spent." I said, "You had hidden costs in that you didn't consider. You had to burn gas for a couple, 2 or 3 hours. Your gas bill gonna spike a little bit because you had it on." And I said, "Your time is worth something watching it. Did you calculate all that?" Then he laughed, and guess what he said to me prior to leaving? He said, "I really like you." He said that to me today. Whether he meant it or not, he said, "I really like you," because just because he was the doctor, that didn't make him right. That don't mean he didn't look at economic situation. And that's what we want to do, is the Rabble want to inform people. If I'm not mistaken, we had the #1 show on TV, on a podcast out this network for a while. We're not #1 anymore, Julius?
No, we're still #1.
Because you're cheating. You are cheating. You are cheating. You are
Well,
Jamal's number 3.
I think that, I think that what Julius is doing with this, with ATR Media, is setting a precedence in Savannah, and is giving just people like us a voice, to be creative, to be free, to talk amongst ourselves, and to find out what other people are talking about, so I just want to take this time to celebrate you, my brother, and thank you for what you are doing with ATR, because I remember when it was only one show, and not too many people, and now you have a bunch of everybody, and but you've done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it was. I can speak on that behalf a little bit. It was Julius and I. Julius had this in him for a long time, and he used to call and harass me anywhere from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, and want to conversate with me. Miss Brown thought I was either losing my mind at that time. She had a phone ringing, my phone, and I'll go to answer, and it'd be Julius, and we talked, and he told me the name of the company, and we had the maiden show. We had guests on the show, and Rabble is a part of that when we started. Jamal, remember when we was at
the Buccaneer
at that time with David over there, and it just to show Savannah is not a one-trick pony town, and we don't have to necessarily go to Atlanta. We don't have to go to Charlotte. We don't have to go to Jacksonville. We can create our own content, and we're doing that. We just want to let the viewers, we need your input. We need you to share, hit us up, share, so we can become just like, there's a guy I look at sometime, Country Wayne. Man, this guy is a phenomenal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He's from Millen, Georgia, too.
Stupid.
Right down the road, Julius. He's from Millen.
Yep. I know some people that know his father that he was trying to get him on the show. But I want to say I appreciate all that you all are saying. And, what y'all got to realize is that I can't do any of this here by myself. It takes a whole team. Y'all are an intricate part of what happens here on this platform. I don't know where Jamal done flashed out to unless his battery went dead.
No, you remember he had to go earlier, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I can't do any of the stuff that I do without all of you. And it's 20, 30 of us that gets the job done on a daily basis. There's people behind the scenes that ain't on shows that do our animation. Eden is over there doing a commercial right now for one of the judges. So it's a lot that we do.
I ran over from my house here.
He ran all the way from all the way to the east side here.
That's right.
His new flash.
Boy, Jamal is stupid. I thought that he was at home. For real.
He just said he had to go, so Jill.
That's the reason why.
I think a viewing audience asked a question about I think with Ivan Cohen, what the cross is all about. If you put it back, behind. This is this office is Mrs. Brown's office in here. This is my wife's office, and that she allowed me to sit in. She is one of the administrator of the Kingdom Life Ministry where we attend at, and I am a student in the discipleship class. So that's what the cross is all about. And I don't make no excuses for what you see behind. It's a part of what we do and what we believe in.
Mm.
I have a question for you guys. Maybe
Right.
somebody can tell me. What is homestead exemption?
That's where you get your mortgage locked in at a at
Property taxes.
at your prop well your not mortgage, your property taxes get locked in.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
At whatever rate it is now for the, it can't rise. What that bill was they passed?
What the Stephen Day bill
Yeah,
that
Stephen
we
Day.
have in Chatham County, you don't they give you a discount on your property taxes. Anyone who apply for it, you have to apply for it. I'll tell you a little story instant. Julia, we used to get Sonia Jackson on the show, and she can explain it to because
Right.
she's a tax collector.
Yeah.
It was telling me, like, my mom died. She did have home exemption, but when she died, they took it away. It's not there anymore.
Oh,
So I have to pay the full taxes. You have to be able to still be living. A person deceased, they pay the regular taxes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I need to go ahead and file this because right now our tax rate over in this area is only 1%.
Whoa!
I would tell you to go and file it immediately because I can tell you that it causes me about $300 a month. $300.
That's what an average too.
No, it cost me $300 a month because I didn't file 3 years ago.
Okay.
And it has went up all the way up to $300 more than my mortgage was. But had I locked it in 3 years ago, it would have been still there. And I didn't realize, and I thought I put the right paperwork in. And
that's what you were saying with me, right
here. It's even odd that you say that. I had this paperwork sitting here, and I was doing it. This is the paperwork right here for the homestead exemption, and I never put it in because I was late one year, and then the next year I just forgot about it. So we finally went down there this year, and the tax commissioner walked us through it ourselves. She walked us to the counter to get it, and they don't like her telling people what that they should do all these things, but that's her job. She's an elected official for the people. She's not elected people to take money from the people. She's elected official to collect money from the people, and the taxes will be there. There ain't nothing gonna change. The taxes are gonna be there, but you can't get mad when a elected official is helping the people, people, not just her people.
I've been around. I'm sorry, I've been around a long time in Savannah, in Chatham County, and I am being perfect honest with you guys. She is the most. I go back with Bobby Cowley, Danny Powell. I go back deep. And I'm going to tell you, there was but this lady, Sonia Jackson, and this is not an endorsement, it's a fact, have informed more people and saved more property than any other tax commissioner we ever had in this community. She even went to their seminars and the community centers and to let them know if you don't have the tax money, she said you can come and pay every month or every week if you want to. She said anytime you get some money that you want to pay on your taxes, she said you don't have to wait. She said you can just go in and pay the money on your taxes. Look how many houses that she was able to save.
While we were in the office, getting the exemption, putting in for the exemption, it was some elderly people came. It was an elderly lady and her daughter came in, and it was 3 or 4 people in front of her. And we'd already put ours in and was sitting down. And she was sitting there with us because, her and Tanya, all of us are good friends, but her and Tanya especially. And so she said, y'all waiting to, turned around and talked to the elderly lady who was in line. She said, y'all waiting to get your, she said, what are y'all here for? That's what she said.
Yeah.
And they told her. She said, oh, okay, that's me. She said, she went up, she said, y'all come with me. She walked past everybody in the line and took that old lady up to the front of the line.
Senior, man, senior.
And she told them, she told the people behind the thing, pay attention. These people are elderly.
Right.
They come to the front of the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She
cares about people.
People, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I might point out that she's an AKA. I just want to throw that out in before y'all. But
thank you, AKA, for having her, because she, in my opinion, is a breath of fresh air. This community is better off with her being the tax commissioner. Like I say, she put the kiosk in at Kroger. You don't have to wait on your tag and all this other one.
Right.
It is so convenient when you go in the tax office. And Julia, you are right, because I'm a senior. I don't look a senior, but I am. And they let me come up front, or they tell me sit, and they come and get my stuff and take it to the back and do what they need to do.
That's right.
That is outstanding.
She is.
Yeah.
And you know, we gonna try to have our own. I don't advise anybody to run against her, even though if you do run against her, I make money. But if you don't run against her, I don't. But
Julius, I want you to, because you like a bad refrigerator. You're terrible. You ain't keep nothing.
So, but I wouldn't advise nobody to go run against her. You know, she's awesome, and she is had brought innovation to that.
Yes.
Office.
She's building up the community, Julius, and building up the people.
Fort Wentworth had no type of county footprint. None.
You're right.
None. She brought the tag office out here. You can go get your tag right here. You ain't got to go and get all the way to Chatham Parkway or to Eisenhower, all the way in Savannah. You can get it right here in City Hall. She has an employee in City Hall. So this is
the communication
for the people. And that's what it's all about. And all her employees, you ain't got no lazy employees working for her. They're doing their job. Ain't no such thing as being lazy working for Sonia Jackson. No, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, again, this is what the Rabble is about. We talk about entertainment. We talk about a lot of this, but we are basically giving them information. Again, we can't do this without the viewing audience sharing, and call in and ask us questions and be a part of the show, because without you, we don't exist. We do need your input. And all I'm asking you to share, and continue to give us input and do this. Thank you, ma'am. We all do love her. She is one of the best tax commissioner ever. She probably doesn't save over, I don't want to give a number, but the number is well over 100 people homes would have been gone on the auction step. The real estate people probably, and some of the people want to buy people property, probably don't care that much for her. I can't prove it, but they're not happy with that probably because they sold so many houses on Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month.
Yeah,
you know, she almost put
a bankroll off of our properties because we did not know the steps to take in order to save our properties just by way of taxes.
That's correct.
You know, I mean,
and Sonia, you wouldn't think about paying it, you know, once a month or once a week or twice a week when you got some money. She said, whatever you got, you can continue to pay on it. And people didn't realize that. They just thought you had a time you had to pay on it and a time you couldn't pay on it. She opened up the floodgates on that.
Yes. You know, And you got to thank people like that, I mean, she's the sister of the senator
Senator Lester Jackson,
Lester, but
former senator.
Oh, he's not there anymore? What happened?
No, Derek Milo ran for his seat and won.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You do live in Texas.
Wait,
I forgot.
Julius, unmute your mic because I have a question to ask.
He
Miss
resigned to run for another seat, and then Derek Milo ran for the seat.
Oh, okay.
Right, he ran for labor commissioner.
Right.
When did Miss Wilkes close her doors? I recommended somebody to go to Miss Wilkes because they said they did not like Paula Dean's place. And when they went to the online,
Jones Street,
it said that it's closed.
I didn't know it was closed because they probably would just close that day. Must be.
No. It says temporarily closed.
Oh well.
Online.
Here we go. As of 2 or 3 weeks ago, there were long lines at Mrs. Wilkes. I will find out and make sure and let you know. Just that they probably closed for remodeling or something like that to do some, shifting around. I don't think the grandson who run it now, Ronnie's son, I don't think he closed it down. I mean, because they do a tremendous business, what I'm saying. They have people start getting in line as early as 7:30 in the morning for lunch itself because they don't do breakfast.
Yeah. And when I heard that, I totally I was just
we'll find out. Don't cry over it though.
Right.
We got about 12 minutes left. We're going to talk about Trump in Iowa, and Trump won New Hampshire. That's our last subject. And I'm going to save the other stuff for when everybody's here with what the mayor said the other day in a meeting. And I want to be able to go over this thing, what he said. It's 4 or 5 points that he made. And I want to ask.
You're not going to share a couple of the points? I mean, we got to discuss it because I don't know.
Well, we're not going to talk about it, but I can tell you he was
okay, let me hear it so when you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. He was in a meeting and he said that he has 7 progressive council members, that he won by 70% of the vote, that he has a mandate from the people, that there's no more elections coming for him, and that the people have spoken. And he just went to bragging like a little girl, bragging. And when he should be telling the people what's good that he's going to be doing for their area. So we're not going to talk about him this week. I want everybody with a full panel so we can discuss this man.
Yeah.
And so we can talk about it in full detail. But let's talk about, for the last 10 minutes, let's talk about what are the ramifications for Trump sweeping the Republican ballot. And Charlie, you weren't here. We talked about it briefly, but we were talking about Tim Scott with his cheese-eating ass.
Oh, man.
So we can mix all that in for the next 10 minutes so you can go over all that.
He's an embarrassment,
yeah.
Julius.
So somebody at the door, I'm going to get that real quick while y'all two talk about that. All right?
Thank you, Charlie. He is an embarrassment. Go.
Yeah, I have never seen, no one in a long time when people talk about the Stephen Fletcher character, although Stephen Fletcher was getting paid to act that way. It's not amount of money that no one can give me to act the way he act now. There is something you call respect, decency, and pride of his family. This man is a disgrace. When I say that, he's a disgrace. White people is not embracing this man. They are laughing behind his back, saying, this is what we got. It's almost like The Birth of a Nation, the movie, and he's one of the black characters in Birth of a Nation. Go ahead, Sandra. You can go ahead and talk about it.
It didn't surprise me so much as it just as a Black woman, I just felt embarrassment for our whole Black race that we would have someone in 2024
Right.
that you don't have a spine of your own. And then he was trying, I don't know whether his inflections and things like that, when he was doing his little speech, he was trying to sound like a Baptist preacher or something. I don't know what he was trying to invoke. But when he used Fannie Lou Hamer's famous words, I could have thrown up all over my TV when he said, we're just tired of being sick and tired. No, Tim, we are tired of you. You moon. Oh, God. You know what? Just some people. I wish that he would have left that for somebody else to do. But for it to be him, to lick the boots.
But Sandra, what I find interesting is not that I like Nikki Haley, that, but I want to say this. She appointed him to the Senate seat that got him there in the first place. I mean, where's your sense of loyalty at? I mean, you simply said no other governor probably would have put him in that position. Not
from South Carolina.
Excuse me?
Not from South Carolina.
No.
South Carolina during that time.
And Nikki Haley did have some experience around Black people because her father was teaching at a Black historical college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm saying, and she put him there, and he didn't even say, I endorse Nikki Haley. I mean, to show you have no spine, no kind of integrity about you, because if Jews appoint me to something, I'm going to be loyal to him. I'm pretty sure he'll be loyal to me as well. If it was the other way around. If I point to him, where's your sense of urgency? I lost completely, not just because of that, but that put the icing on the cake to show this man have no kind of, and then he said this, and Nikki Haley said this too, America is not a racist country. Well, you ask about the Japanese in internment camp, you ask about Emmett Till, I can go on and on. I don't know where he been at or what's wrong with this man. Maybe the water he drink is not like regular water.
Child, please. But what this just means, Julius, when you see Trump winning these states, I mean, and if you look at the whole numbers, because in the race in New Hampshire, it was like 280,000. It wasn't 300,000 people that came out in that race.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Those are the people that decided it.
Yes,
that's correct.
But there are 35% of the American people that are Republicans that said they do not care if Trump if Trump changed his hairstyle or whatever he does, they still will not vote for him. So they're putting up somebody that is he might win in these little old places, but when it comes down to the whole race, he's going to lose the race. He's going to lose the race.
Son, to be honest with you, he's not. Nikki Haley is not going to win South Carolina because the vast majority of all these governors, all they senators, all they state representatives, over 60% of them have endorsed Donald Trump. So it just tell you something, you can do what you want to do if you Donald Trump, and it's okay. Now he's saying the lady in Atlanta, Georgia should be impeached, saying Joe Biden should be impeached for the crime he's doing to the American people. That is a sad situation.
Well, I don't know what crime Joe Biden has done. I don't think that he's done any crimes. You know, I wouldn't call him a criminal mastermind or anything. All I can say is that he just has not done enough for me, for my black.
Well, the thing is, we got to make him do whatever we gonna make him do. You can't make him do it by yourself.
But if he didn't do it in his first term,
Trump ain't gonna never do it. So I mean, think about it. Where you got the lesser of two evils, and it shouldn't even be a discussion unless you're getting out there, bringing 30 more people with you to say we're going to vote and we're going to make him change his mind about how he operates in the black community. Because now what we do is we influence people to go the other way, and we don't want to ever do that because we don't want to have the foot on your neck. We don't want to do that. I'd rather stick with you so that we can wait till we get to the good times than to go with the devil and he gonna make it bad times forever. And we got to realize this. We got to start being able to understand what the ramifications for the things that we do or say.
I mean,
while you came at the last minute, we about to close.
Yeah, it's 8:30.
I know. We decided we were doing an hour and a half show.
Well, who decided that?
When y'all didn't show up.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I went to lay down. Next thing I know, boom. I was out with my daughter all day.
Yeah, I called all y'all, and nobody answered. And
Well, we still live, y'all. We come up with 30 more minutes with another agenda.
We're already at the end of it. It's all ain't but 3 minutes left, man.
Man,
we sorry that you didn't wake up on time, but you got to set your clock, man.
My daughter out there got get a car, and you know how these people it take 8 days just to sign some paper. But anyway,
Bernard, I didn't say hello, boys to you, but I want to say you do make black look good. I always did say that about you.
Man, I appreciate that. I put on this black shirt for Sonya, you know what I'm saying? And
I understand that.
Duly noted.
I really come to raise hell, man, but okay.
Raise hell about what, Bernard?
I'll go back to sleep.
Well, we got some hell for you to raise this week. Either
coming
Saturday,
up on the next show.
Saturday or Wednesday about what Van said. And I know you ain't gonna like it. Because he out there acting like a little girl again.
He like RG. I'm keeping real, man. I'm keeping real.
What? Boy, it was pretty spirited today. I read it. I fell out. Oh my God.
Man, I get tired of these I get tired of these Savannah guys always in their damn feeling. Man, I have never seen a bunch of little puppets in their feeling. They want to start a fight, but when they get in it and they get the feeling hurt, then they want to jump out and run and hide under their tail. Van and the rest of them.
Bernard, we need a little fire in the show. Thank you.
You right about that.
The fire. You brought the fire.
Seriously, man.
You right about that, though.
Man.
I mean, and we love Robert, but
y'all love him.
I love Robert.
You love him.
I love Robert too.
If you got something to say it. Yeah. And we all have things to say. You can either say it to my face, say it behind my back, text it to me. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to change my love for you, because I'm going to say what I have to say, But what you don't do is you don't get all of us, rattled up and then say, now y'all be on time. We got this to do and we got this to do. And then you get your little feelings hurt. So now you gonna tuck yourself away in your house and drink your martinis or whatever the heck you drinking.
Well,
I don't have time for that.
Well, we're gonna discuss our in-house matters a little later.
Yeah,
and
people want
The
to know our
world wants
dirt.
to know, Julius.
People want to know our dirt, man.
Well, y'all get him and then bring him on and then tell him all.
He have to be here to defend himself. We know, and curious minds want to know, but he do need to be here to defend himself.
Man, nah. If you big enough to ride here and want to raise hell for what this and that and then show up, it's just like, you running for president and you talking shit and you got a new car, but you don't show up because your feeling hurt. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Come on now. Hey.
Joe, how many more minutes left for the show?
Wait a minute now. Hey.
We're at the end now.
I'm a grown down man. Anything I say to you, I'm gonna say it on your face. I'm gonna say it I'm gonna tell it like it is.
You did. I was wondering where you were today. I say Bernard looking at it and saying, I ain't fucking that.
All I want to say, I love you. You love me. I want to close out. I'm sorry about being a little late, but I wasn't sorry because what I was doing is for someone greater than all us. But again, viewing audience, we do need your input in the show. Share. It's a great vehicle that we have got going in Savannah. We don't live in Atlanta. We don't live in Jacksonville. We don't live in Greensboro. What I'm saying, we come out the little sleepy town of Savannah, Georgia, bringing you regional, national information. Please share. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any last words from you, Sandra and Bernard? Bernard, we would, go longer, but the thing is, after that happened, we made that decision. Then we had other things to go do. So, and
don't forget that my show starts on February 15th.
Well, you need to be calling. You need to be calling Eden to get your banner made with you and the person. You need to be talking to her about getting the banner made so she can do your banner and possibly your intro. You need to be getting with her in the next couple of days. What day your show start again?
It starts on February the 15th, the day after the day when all of the side chicks get to hang out with their man.
Wow. I wanted to ask you what you don't have to go into debt.
Don't talk about Bernard. Bernard, don't let her talk about the girl.
Your contact. What the show is about?
The name of my show is Let's Talk About It, and it's everything that we were never allowed to talk about. I mean, so we're talking about everything, anything and everything.
What time is the show coming on?
It'll be on at 7:00 you guys' time on Thursdays.
Okay. So. Well, if you want to X-rate it, you need to have me on that show one night and talk to me about any and everything, and I'll tell you about the time I got drunk on a Friday night and couldn't find my way home. So it's a lot we can talk about.
Okay, I'm sure you'll be a guest, Bernard.
Tanya, I need to correct you on something. It's not when all the side chicks is out. No, it's when all the side chicks is home and the main man is with the real woman. Okay, that's how that goes.
No, it ain't, because the side chicks get theirs on either the 13th or the 15th.
Oh, you say the 15th is when the side chick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the main woman, if they want to keep their main woman, is on the
Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day. Well, James, America, no, he will not be my first guest. No.
But you're absolutely right about that, because I can remember, not me, friends of mine, that's what they had to share with me. They said, man, I got to rush up on the 13th. If it wasn't the 13th, it was on the 15th, because little mama had to have her roses, and they had to spend quality time on the 14th. And the side chicks understand it. That's what they sign up for. It's like signing up for a lease. The regular woman got a lease. You got a rent agreement. Rent and leases are not alike.
Well, I don't know about no side chick, so I'm gonna leave it like that.
Boy,
You
please.
don't even know what the hell they talking about.
I mean, hey, we're gonna leave that for Shawnee's show.
You hear what he said? Oh, Miss Brown going to allow you to pay. I'm saying, how she gonna stop all night long?
It might be worse than America at the Dock with all those questions. You know what Sandra might come up with.
We gonna have some real life stuff going on my show. So
Shawnee's first lady. She the first lady of Our Black Media. I ain't gonna tell you who the second, but anyway.
Okay, well, we 15 minutes over right now. And
I will not with you, not today.
Junior, is Tiffany gonna be back on the show, or she's taking a little vacation?
You have to call and ask her.
I will give her a call then and check with her.
All right.
Bye, everybody. See y'all next Wednesday.
Remember, share.
Next week, oh Lord, I'll be in Atlanta too. For Georgia Day. I mean Chatham Day. But I'll do the show right after we leave Chatham Day.
You gonna tell the folks some of the ticket cost for Chatham Day. I remember they was $50.
They 200 is up, 225.
What? Man, we get those tickets for free.
Yeah.
Anybody got any African ball tickets? Y'all going? Anybody going to the African ball?
We'll be there.
Somebody get me a ticket. I want to come.
You coming to town for that?
I will.
Well,
Dr. Umar Johnson gonna be there.
Yes, because I was about to say, because Dr. Umar Johnson is going to be there.
Okay.
I mean,
we'll talk about it. Y'all stop holding me up.
That man is powerful.
Hey, Julius, I'm gonna wear my African nightgown. I mean, not nightgown.
Dashiki.
Yeah, dashiki. and I'm gonna have my big stick. I got a stick too.
Hey, so you don't have, that's not a dashiki you got on?
What the?
Hey,
Bernard, Bernard, leave me alone. I'm gonna put Robert on you.
That's just a size 5X. That's all that is.
Good night, people.
Y'all be good.
People.
Good night,
Love
viewing
y'all.
audience.
All right.
Love y'all. Y'all be good.
All right.
Like this.